and welcome to the Wild Animal Encounters series. We have a special guest today talking about his story of a wild animal encounter. His name is Windham Woodcraft, and I think you're really going to enjoy his story. So, check it out.
Hey guys, Chris Windham Woodcraft here. Wayne, thank you for inviting me to be a part of your series. I think it's great just to bring awareness to people and or kind of remind them about how to interact with wildlife when we're out in the woods. And it always helps to hear people's stories and experiences. Many of us treasure the opportunity to be able to actually witness wildlife in their environment. But, depending on the situation, it's always good to be armed with a little bit of information on how to react or what to expect so that you can be safe. So this would have been about 25 years ago. I was 14, 15 years old, and I had hiked way out into the woods in the area that I grew up with, pure uncut nature. It was a beautiful autumn day. It had been raining for a few days, but this day in particular was a little bit warmer than the season, and I was coming back down this hill from the fire tower that was way up on this hill called Atherton Hill. It's a prime recreation area for hunting, snowmobile trails and stuff like that. So I'm just making my way down through some woodland, big old forest, big pine trees mixed with old growth beech trees, a smattering of birch trees, so there's a good canopy cover. So I make my way down into this area, and it was in the afternoon, but it got kind of dark and quiet, and I kind of noticed that as I was walking along, but I'm just making my way along, and no big deal, everything's kosher. And then as I'm making my way down, I hear the sound behind me. Sounds like a crashing sound, but it's a ways off, and I could hear some branches breaking off of what sounded like softwood, hemlock or spruce branches breaking. But it's definitely not a natural, occurring, Mother Nature tree sound. This is something else that's making this sound. So I start moving along a little bit faster, and I notice the sound is getting closer to me, and it starts to freak me out. So I start to kind of jog, and I'm turning around and I'm looking, and the sound is getting louder. I can hear this like thudding on the ground and some branches breaking and stuff. And so at this point in time, I just book it. I flat out start running downhill, and I'm not really paying attention to where I'm going. I'm not, there's nothing, everything's tunnel vision, and I just completely freaked out, and the sound is getting louder, and to the point where I think I'm gonna die. I swear to God, my mind is now playing tricks on me. 15-year-old kid, miles out into the woods by myself, and going to get eaten by a bear. So I'm trugging it, and I look over, and probably about, I don't know, it's hard to estimate, but because there's no perception, there's no value to distance, is a huge bull moose. At the shoulder, like 9 feet tall, big old rack, and he is just cruising down this hill in a full gallop, just smashing through branches. So I veer this way, and he just continues trucking down the hill. he was going twice as fast as me, and I was running as fast as I could. So at this point in time, I'm panting, out of breath, heart right up in my throat. I stop, I'm huffing and puffing, trying to catch my breath, and he just kept on trucking. And I have never been so scared in my life in the woods as that occasion. Reflecting back on it, I would say that losing your mind, running in terror, not the best reaction. Your reaction to a wild animal encounter, your initial reaction will determine the outcome of the situation. Running down the hill, not paying any attention to where I was going or what I was doing. I could have fallen, tripped, got hurt, got lost, whatever. Also, running triggers a reaction in predatory animals to chase. So a better reaction, now that I can think of it as an adult, would have been to tuck away and hide, stand behind a tree, get behind some brush cover, and try and find out what was making that noise. So, in any case, Wayne, thank you very much for inviting me to partake in this opportunity, and hopefully, that story helps someone out, or at least provokes a little thought about encountering wild animals. Take care, guys. Rock on.
Now right there, within that video, there was a lot of lessons to be learned. He did what most people would have done, and through experience, he gained the knowledge of what he should have done. He is lucky that it went past him and was not coming for him. Now, every situation is different and every animal is different. So I am really glad that Chris took the time and shared that story with us, and he learned from it. And by sharing these stories, we all learn together. They may come in handy. So thanks a lot, Chris, and I really appreciate it. I also want to thank everybody for checking it out. Take care.